For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. Hey, y'all, come on in. We're so glad to see you.
We are spending our New Year's in Brooklyn with Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And on Wednesday, Saturdays, and New Year's Day.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during the live premiere on New Year's Day, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too. And for our mention today, y'all, we covered some absolutely phenomenal holiday scents this year, but Christmas from A&E might be my favorite. But Marcus, you might say, it has nothing stereotypically Christmas in it. I know, and that's why I love it. It's a Christmas memory of being little in upstate New York and going outside on Christmas Eve and roasting marshmallows over an open fire. And I love that because the charm, the nostalgia, and the love are there. And only I know it's a Christmas soap when I wear it out all winter. We even sent it to a friend of ours for Christmas, and they loved it too. Thank you for reinventing Christmas for us and giving us new ways to build memories now in our grown-up lives. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Brooklyn, which we thought was very fitting for New Year's because it all happens in New York. And we have both been to Brooklyn.
We have our diapers on and we are ready for Times Square, y'all. Let's meet the soap. And this one came back in stock just in time to cover it on New Year's in our finery. How perfect. From the sales page at shavingshopclub.com.
Brooklyn is a complete patchwork of neighborhoods from safe to sorry. It's completely industrial in parts, but with wonderful neighborhoods that you can really sink your teeth into. Brooklyn is full of ethnic neighborhood enclaves where you can find supermarkets and restaurants selling pretty much every spice or cuisine under the sun.
Hip-hop may not have started in Brooklyn, but it was perfected there. Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. Biggie, was highly acclaimed as a rapper during his lifetime, considered one of the foremost ambassadors of East Coast hip-hop during the 1990s, and a pioneer. What's more Brooklyn than Coney Island and Biggie? Nothing. We left Biggie on the new label, but representing him is the crown on Medusa's head.
The Brooklyn soap is made in our ultra-thick, ultra-dense, and ultra-luxurious Ultima base. This is our updated and final iteration of Ultima base upon your feedback.
Yo, I have been waiting since the very beginning of our journey, and DJ, who is one of our nose consultants, is very firm on this one that it needs to be in our collection, so we are so excited. Let's unbox it. Y'all, sometimes we cut the seams, so it's a little easier to open on camera, but hold on. I want you to see how beautifully packaged this comes from A&E. This is beautiful. Brown paper packages tied up with string. These are my favorite things. I can't even get in it. Scalpel.
Strap in. Oh, boy.
All right. You didn't see talc and lavender. That is going on a future episode, but you did see this gorgeous label on Brooklyn. And then, hold on, we gotta find the splash. There it is! There's the Brooklyn splash! All right, y'all, welcome to JFK International Airport, where the local time is 12:45 p.m., and let's have a first impression. Wasn't this in the K2E base before, and now it's in the Ultima base?
But on the website, it said this was the upgrade to Ultima. So I don't know.
Woo! All right, y'all, I want you to take this in. I have been waiting so long. I just need somebody to ask some questions before I take it in. All right, see what you get.
I love the angle of this shot because I literally have stood there, and it's very cool to just have been transported by this label back to Brooklyn.
Oh, it's such a magical place. And it's funny because they often call Oakland, California the Brooklyn of the West. So we do border that.
I just remember like the fun artsy side of it. Like we were going for a dance festival and everywhere you turned, there was like even just a Brooklyn Bridge that you could be under with all the artwork everywhere. So it just takes me back to that artsy place.
And it's such an amazing place, y'all. There could be like a bookbinder next to a bakery, next to a cannery. Like, wait, what is happening here? Anyway, all right, take this in.
Okay. Let's see. Are we going to be in Brooklyn here? Let's see. Hear some hip hop maybe?
Maybe.
I didn't read anything about the Sendo.
I am clue free on this one.
Oh.
Yeah?
Okay, I think I'm having deja vu of when we first were talking about this, but it was not available.
Right.
I think there's like a Coca-Cola? A root beer? No,
Wait,
I think it's Coca-Cola.
What?
And maybe some kind of a liquor thing happening? Like, we're at the club, I think.
Is this like rum and coke that we're talking about?
I think so. I'm not the best alcohol connoisseur, but I think that's where we're at. We're at like a hip hop club. I think.
Wow, well, if you saw our cola episode, she guessed it right out of the box. She did it blindfolded. So if this does have a cola note, I would trust her to find it.
The effervescence at the end is like, when you pour it in the glass, it hits the ice, and the little bubbles shoot off. Like, I think that's what I'm getting.
Right.
Yeah, and then there's a little alcohol hit at the end.
Nice.
I'm not quite sure which one. It's definitely a darker color, but it's in here.
Wow. So is it just kind of the rum and coke, or is there more going on?
Let me dive back in.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we had the splash, because that might answer. Like when it's a liquid form, then
Right.
it's good to have in the splash to get that full effect.
Well, I'm especially excited because cherry cola from Ariana and Evans is one of my favorite soaps in the whole shaving world. I'm excited to see what else might be hiding in this, because even in cherry cola, he told us there's some cedars, there's some other things swirling around under the hood. What do you got in this one?
I think there's some other spices, because at first, like really quick, when I barely opened it, I thought I got root beer, and then when I dove in further, I think it is more the Coca-Cola side. But there's something in that like almost sassafrasy kind of spice, like what makes up that darker syrup in the soda. There's more happening to it somehow, or maybe it's the alcohol that's in there has more of this boozy spices happening, but they are interacting at the perfect depths. Like where they're hanging out at is a good time.
I was a fan of that spiced rum. If you know, put it in the comments, but that might be what's
I think
in
it might be something like that, because it's slightly masculine, but to me, it's putting me in that place. Like I'm at the location, I can hear the music and feel the bass in my feet. Like it's a real place.
And y'all, I'm excited because when I would go on funeral director conventions, you would sit around in very nice places and order a Scotch neat. But when you're out for a good time, you order a rum and coke, and I'm excited that's what they based Brooklyn on.
It is. Like, I really feel like it's dark inside. You're in the club, the lights are going, things are happening. It's going to be a good time.
And if you are in Midtown on Friday night and you do want to have a good time, you go to Brooklyn.
It's crazy to me. Like, I feel like the drink is in front of my nose. I don't know how. There's something a little sweeter at the end. It's not like a cherry syrup or something.
Right.
But I think it's something maybe connected to the alcohol that's in there. That sweeter kind of hit to disguise the alcohol.
Gotcha. Now, take my word for it. You can really tell the difference between Coke, Pepsi, RC Cola, etc. Can you tell if this is a Pepsi, a Coke, or an RC Cola, or just more of sort of cola notes?
I think it's Coca-Cola. Like, in the bar where they take it from the gun and shoot it in?
Right.
I feel like it's that. I feel like it's Coca-Cola, like straight off the tap.
A lot of people say Pepsi is sweeter, but for me, I don't get that. I think Coca-Cola is sweeter, and I think it's the champion. My whole room was done in Coca-Cola when I was growing up. But not rum. My mom drew the line when I was 10. Life-size Captain Morgan in the corner of your 12-year-old's bedroom probably isn't the best idea.
I feel like there could be maybe a wood in there somewhere to represent the bar, maybe,
Nice,
or something.
yeah.
But it's very well woven into the spices. So it could be more of like a more cherry wood or
Right.
something like that. But I am not 100% sure. But there's some kind of character coming through. I don't know how.
That would be inspired. Put a little cherry wood into a cola set. All right, I want a sip of what you're drinking. I'm going to take this in. Oh, look at that label.
Right? It looks more dusk, like the evening's approaching. So maybe.
Right. That's how you know good things are about to happen. And I'm excited we got this in the Ultima base, y'all. Okay, I'm taking it in. Here we go.
All right. Cheers for New Year's. Take a sip or a
That
whiff.
is kind of a cola rum
Yeah,
color,
a little
if you look at
darker.
that. All right, here we go.
All right, see if
The
you can get
shaking
your
glass.
alcohol burned, because I wasn't sure.
Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Wait, back up. Back up. If you have been told this is rum and coke, there are mysteries and wonders in store for you. Because for me, it's not. When I smell perfumer's grade cola, when I smell perfumer's grade rum, that's not what's happening in here for me. Hold on. I mean, there are definitely elements and shadows of it, but there's more going on in this for me. Hold on.
Yeah, see where they interlace, because that was harder for me.
Y'all, it's this. Imagine a rum and coke sort of backing up against a tobacco sense. That's where this starts for me. And then it goes down deeper. Hold on. This
Okay.
is beautiful. Well, I was kind of expecting a cherry cola idea like was in the cherry cola shave cream.
Ah, okay.
Beautiful, whimsical fun, exactly as you remember it, with a few extra little luxuries thrown in to enhance the scent. Y'all, this is not that. This was created from the ground up to be a vibe of a club, not the drink in your hand. I don't even think I would classify this a gourmand because there are such beautiful other shadows of dark spices that are coming in over the top of this and underneath it. Whoa, hold on.
Keep digging.
It's brilliant because I am getting a little bit of that cured tobacco leaf sense. And think about it. If you are sitting next to Biggie Smalls in a club in Brooklyn, the man is going to be holding a cigar. And then underneath all of that is a little bit of a spicy late 80s cologne. Look at my face. One that's got those sweet, beautiful, brown, sugary senses to it that mix perfectly with the rum when this all comes back around again, because this scent for me moves in circles and I find myself sitting beautifully right in the middle. Whoa, I was not expecting this. Hold on, I think there's one more layer I need to find.
Yeah, see where they overlap, because there's something in the middle that I couldn't pull apart in a good way. It's just blended so well.
I'm getting the sugary depths of a cola, and I'm getting the effervescent citrus of the cola, but I'm not getting the sugary, syrupy center of that Coke. In fact, if you know the flavor of like a frozen Coke where the syrup's been turned up, you don't get that sense in the middle. You just get the spiciness of the coconut underneath all of it, and you get a beautiful effervescent pepperiness of that citrus from the bubbles. And cola is a citrus drink. It starts with lime. It starts with lemon. Wow. Y'all, he has done for a Brooklyn club what he did for the circus in Big Tom.
Right.
This is a whole world of perfumery stuff swirling around in this, and I love that this is not a basic gourmand. Farthest thing, I would love to look at these scent notes. Would you please join me?
There's a lot here.
Strap in to order off the menu. These are your scent notes from ShavingShopClub.com.
Bergamot, rose, geranium, ginger, neroli, jasmine, cardamom, pepper, cognac, tobacco, benzoin, Marcus was right, ambergris, vanilla, patchouli, and sandalwood. Holy moly.
I'm dead.
Wow.
From the top, that bergamot is what's giving me the beautiful effervescence of the cola bubbles. And then how are you perceiving the rose on Biggie's lapel?
Right? Maybe that's the part of the cologne part you were talking about.
And I said floral. I said floral.
You said 80s cologne-ish vibe.
Geranium. And then the spices happen.
Yep.
This is where the spice inside the cola is going to meet with the spice inside the rum. We've got ginger. And neroli,
that
a beautiful light orange blossom. Jasmine. Look at all of the florals in this.
So
Is this
surprised.
blowing your mind?
Yeah.
And then cardamom.
And pepper.
And I said pepper. This is the most Marcus is right episode.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it would be a rum and coke episode. And then maybe it wasn't rum after all. Rum's clever cousin, cognac.
It makes sense, because I kept getting the spices, but I didn't know what it was.
Right. And I don't get like an alcohol sense, but I do get the spiciness inside of it. And then the tobacco. How are you sensing it?
It's funny. I didn't get it at first, but I knew that there was something like that darker color happening to me. And I think my brain was perceiving it as part of the drink, but it makes so much more sense to have that cigar next to it.
Benzoin, going to give you a little bit of a resonance and a vanilla sense. And our old friend ambergris, because if there's anything you want in your rum and coke, it's a little splash of whale poop.
Yeah.
Well, ambergris is a beautiful, sweet, mysterious sense, and your nose is absolutely not going to inform you of what it actually is. And then vanilla, of course. I love that these scent notes are going from like the crazy to the expected, back to the crazy to the floral, to the expected to the rum and coke, to the crazy to the floral.
Anything goes.
Yo, look at this. And then rounding it out with patchouli. Are you getting patchouli in this?
Let's see. I think it's just at the very base. Like, I honestly think that bottom row we're reading, ambergris, vanilla, patchouli, and sandalwood, somehow together are just kind of being their solid base notes to hold this together.
Right. And after we did our last A&E episode, Peter mentioned that some of the patchoulis that he uses are fractal patchoulis. So it's not the entire part of the essential oil. He can actually go in and take out parts of the patchouli. And that's what's happening here, I bet you. And it's amazing. And then finally, just to give it a beautiful creaminess that's going to transcend everything, our old friend,
Sandalwood.
beautiful. Look at that balance, and that's why nothing is jumping out at me. They are just going click, 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 click all the way down that train, and I am loving
So
this.
funny, like almost half of those I would not have assumed are in here. I get their purpose.
Right.
But I wouldn't have picked them out because it's blended so well.
Right, and I wouldn't have recognized them on their own. It's because of how the ginger is clicking with the neroli. It's because of how the jasmine is clicking with the patchouli. That's why this is so new and inventive and comforting and fun. Fun is not generally a word I pull out at the very beginning of smelling a shaving soap, but this has such a party vibe to it. Not since, like, is there even a sense of hip hop to this at all, having lived here right next to Oakland where so much good work was done?
You know, it does come through. I don't know if my brain would have gone to Biggie immediately, but it does have that fun, colorful, like kind of evening with, you can feel the bass in your feet somehow. Like, I think that's the part that I get. As soon as I smell this, like, I am transported to a fun evening at a bar or a club or somewhere where music is the main focus of the evening.
That is absolutely it. And now, do you sense the tobacco as being a little more prevalent to back up that rum and coke sense?
I do. And it's actually now seeing the cognac and tobacco together.
Right.
That helps put me into the right, like, width point to get me in where I need to go.
Totally. And if you would like to follow us into the bathroom, we're going to turn off the lights and say Biggie Smalls 3 times into the mirror and see what happens. All right, y'all, we're going to build a lather with this beautiful Ultima base, so strap in because cool things are about to happen. I'm going to push this into the ridges of my KUN bowl like I'm just trying to smush chewing gum into carpet so you can't get it back out again. And this is my retro shaving brush from Ariana and Evans. It was a gift from Peter Chikalis. Y'all, what a fabulous brush this is. And every time I use it, I feel like I'm shaving like my great-grandfather because that's the shape he used. And would you like to walk the fine folks through our lathering technique here at the Barbershop Duet? This is born of expediency here on the show. We realized we were getting way better lathers here than in the bathroom.
It's
How
true.
are we doing this?
So, aftermarket sprayed, you kind of get a little more of that blooming effect as the water drips down to the bottom of the bowl. Then you take your brush and you go one way. At the very top, get the soap, go the other way. And then you rotate your brush 25%. Keep going. One way. And then go the other way.
Push down, little backbone going on, and then what do?
And then you pivot it.
We're going to spin the brush another 25%. Y'all push down, get a little soap forwards, get a little soap backwards, and then just about the time you've only got about 20-30% of the soap left in the bowl. Watch this. We're going to go down, grab the water that's threatening the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. And now, y'all, your soap and your water are loaded up. You are ready for the best face lather of your life, or you're going to do an amazing thing to your legs. Or if you have a bowl like this, now start going forwards, backwards with that water, and watch your yogurt start to come through in that bowl. Look at this, y'all.
I am smelling so many things right now. Holy moly. Adding that water really woke things up.
I love using this brush. I have a theory. I think the rum and coke were allowed to run wild and free in this scent as he was perfuming it, and then he looked and found the most perfect tobacco to complement everything that was happening and give it the rest of the genius vibe that this has got going on inside. Because when I finally find that tobacco note, it truly helps me discover everything else that's going on in this. Without it, this would never be the same.
Yeah, we talk about sometimes having that keynote in, and I think you're right. That really helped me kind of distinguish the rest of the scent.
Or like understand it.
Right.
It's like discovering a new character in a Dickens novel that you weren't really paying attention to the first time through.
Someone hiding in the shadows in the back, but then
it's
it comes
Princess
through.
Puffer from Edwin Drood. That's what they say. Y'all, I know we never discuss lather here on the Barbershop Duet, but look at that gorgeous Ultima base lather. You can't even see the ridges in this KUN bowl anymore.
Full of it.
And while we don't do shaving here on the Barbershop Duet, we love watching those old Shaving with Sharky videos where he does his. So we're going to show you how the lather coats this dry moneymaker. Look at that. Y'all beautiful.
Ooh, we got to get you all shaving and ready for the new year.
No, I'm sad I shaved today. Look at this. Would you like a little bit of rum
let's
coke on
see
your
how
face?
this.
Look at that. Look how this covers, y'all. It's a base that works itself. It's just beautiful. Y'all, sometimes you'll meet a new friend or you'll hear a new artist or you'll watch a new movie. And it is so clever and funny and like you that you just want to share it and you just want to explore more of it. Buy the Funko Pops. Y'all, Brooklyn is blowing my skirt way up, and I am trying to control my emotions about this, but every minute that I smell it, it just goes deeper and deeper into my soul. So give me the beat, boys, but this is amazing stuff.
I hate to break it to you, but we already have a splash waiting for us as well.
We better get this lather off. And you know what this kind of also reminds me of? In Brooklyn, there are these little lofts. There are these little rooftops. There are these little spaces that have turned into little tiny mini clubs and places where you can go eat and enjoy a drink. This reminds me of those because they are beautiful and luxurious and themed and cozy and small and hidden and mysterious and magical. All of that is in here, and I am loving this. And what a great Times Square on New Year's Eve scent. Like, that's when I would wear it this
Right?
much.
I'm actually glad we decided to open this today because it's so fitting.
And did you know that they make everybody in Times Square on New Year's Eve wear diapers because there are 0 porta potties available? Y'all.
So, all of you that have that on your bucket list, just keep that in mind.
That's why it's always the tourists and never the locals that you see on the
Right?
NBC broadcast. And Dick Clark. Don't you miss Dick Clark on New Year's Eve? I do.
Bottoms up, everyone.
Oh, y'all, I don't think I've been this excited for a splash in a while. Oh, y'all.
I mean, if it's kind of meant to be in sort of a liquid form here, maybe. Ooh, is that a ginger kind of color happening?
Whoa.
Yeah?
Whoa!
Okay, hold on.
I
catching up.
love that I'm getting the rum and coke, but I am equally getting other set notes that have nothing to do with that drink because they are setting up that idea of the party, the idea of the club, the idea of the loft, the idea of being in the coolest neighborhood in the world on New Year's Eve. That's this. This is a party vibe. And without the tobacco, it would be lost.
Right.
It's not tobacco smoke. It's still just a beautiful unlit cigar in your jacket pocket, and it's probably Cuban.
I have to say in the splash, like even as it's drying down, those different florals and the tops of those citruses are coming through in very cool ways.
And it's going floral, citrus, ginger, spice, tobacco.
Yep.
And what a fabulous chorus line of Rockettes that is.
And I have to say also, this splash in the dry down, if I would have smelled this first, I don't think I would have gotten the Coca-Cola rum.
Nope.
That's the last thing I'm thinking of when I smell the splash. I don't know how that's happening, but that's more the vibe I'm getting now.
This is the smell of being in Biggie's entourage. So if you have ever wanted to live your hip-hop dreams, boys, this is your pony. And you know, when I do that, I just get the ginger and citrus.
Right. I don't know how.
This loft has a back door, y'all. This is amazing.
Then it goes into more of the vanilla, a little of the tobacco at the end, but it's still
Right.
a much brighter scent here. I feel like, though, you were mentioning earlier that fun was the word that kept coming to you. And I have to say, it does have that vibe of Brooklyn, like fun and funky. Like everyone is themselves in Brooklyn.
Right.
You know, they're not trying to fit a mold. They're themselves.
That's all they want from you is to be yourself. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus departing New York City after his first visit. You're going to be at JFK International Airport, and you're going to realize that you have yet to try the coveted and legendary Brooklyn Egg Cream. Well, you're going to find a little booth at the airport and a lady inside of it who is the self-proclaimed queen of the egg cream. So she's going to get out a glass, and she's going to pour in some seltzer, then some milk, then some Hershey's syrup. And right about the time you're wondering, where the heck is the egg? You're going to get your own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Let's have a grown-up conversation. Brooklyn is the kind of scent that, for me, hits a very deep, homey place where when I think about our last few days of shooting, I think, oh, thank God I found Brooklyn. What a shiny gem of a scent this is. And I think it's an homage to a famous cologne, but more on that when we do a little bit more digging. What a beautiful vibe of a club sitting next to an ultra cool guy like Biggie in a beautiful neighborhood on a beautiful night when there is just nothing permeating your soul but joy and looking forward to the night ahead. That is what this holds. And the tobacco is magical. Thank you, Peter, for putting this in the ultimate base.
Welcome to Messages.
All right, y'all, it's that magic time when we're going to choose our winner for our Adopted Acres 'Twas the Night Before Christmas soap giveaway in the full-size container. And thank you for entering this giveaway and sending in your emails. Here are our entrants and their lucky numbers.
Jake, Andrew, Mitch, Garrett, Bruce, Ronnie, Dan I, Dan B, Dan S, Ryan, Oliver, Brian, Michael, Vincent, Hector, Malcolm, Josue, Ferdinand, Eric, Diana, and Shave Trooper. Whew.
All right, y'all, and it's that magic time. Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 21.
Here's a number between 1 and 21. It's 12.
12. Our lucky
Brian
winner
Miller!
is Brian Miller.
Yay!
Congratulations, buddy. Thank you for entering this giveaway. And for the rest of you, we have some awesome giveaways in store for February and March.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, and thank you all for entering. We will see you on our next episode. The whiffs of tobacco that I am getting off of my face are so separate from all of the other scent notes in this. That is what is putting me into this place. It is a 3-dimensional scent like I have never smelled before.
And it's different the way that the vanilla is hitting this tobacco.
Right.
It's not like you get the Tom Ford vanilla tobacco. That's
Right,
different for me.
right.
This has more like a powdery, sugary thing
I feel
happening.
like that's why you almost got root beer at the beginning.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
I was like, wait.
fabulous cola-esque vanilla that's hiding in this.
So somehow the way the tobacco is interacting with all the other parts, I think adds that little hip-hop effect. It's not a normal traditional like, oh, that's the tobacco, I'm guessing. No, it's mixed in here, and the other sweet parts like the ginger and different things that kick in are recreating just that vibe of a good time.
And you know what? We are not drinkers, but if we were in Brooklyn on New Year's Eve, I think we might actually make an exception, and this would be the perfect place to do it. And I'm going to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 2025, and I am going to start my masterpiece list with Brooklyn! Y'all, it is a proclaimed masterpiece here on the Barbershop Duet, starting off our 2025 list
It's happening.
in style and in luxury, because you can even smell that somehow inside of this scent. Peter Chikalis, Talia, thank you so much for sending this out to us for free to review and for knowing exactly what type of scents blow our skirts all the way up over our heads. We appreciate it.
This is the perfect way for us to start off 2025. I couldn't have picked a better soap to just jump into the new year and have a great year ahead.
All of those celebratory feelings of being in Times Square as that ball drops, looking ahead to new beginnings and new possibilities. It's all here. And stay tuned, because there are new adventures and mysteries and wonders for us here to explore in the barbershop, and we hope to see you here.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.